There was a secular concert that Kristen wanted to go to. Every day is blessed and anointed. Every day I wake up, I'm blessed. Every day is blessed and anointed for what it is. Not because you find $1 million or not because you find something. It's because you've been found already. Every day is blessed and anointed. And I woke up and I said, Lord, I really don't want to go. I mean, I know I promised Kristen and I probably should go. And I had the calmness. Go. It's okay. Go. So I went to this concert, and as I went, we went to this concert. It was over in Stanwich, Illinois, and I grew up there with my father a little bit when he flew. And I remember that area, and it was very nice. It's very farmy. It's very farmland, like everywhere. Well, it was in a town, and it was in this auditorium, old school style, and it was an old auditorium kind of thing, and it was pretty neat, to tell you honestly. And I went with my family and my friends. I went with Kristen and I went with my aunt and uncle. And as we were there, I sat there and I just had this calmness over me. And as everybody was singing and dancing and getting involved, I just said, Lord, am I the only one that's thinking of you right now? And didn't get a response or anything like that. I was just thinking about the Lord, just thinking about the Lord. And then the Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, isn't it silly to do for one's own? He said the word silly. That I happen to agree with that. How can we please ourselves? But I listened to what the concert, and the concert was fine. They did fine as musicians-wise. I was looking at it more from a perspective as their perspective, with equipment and things like that. They sounded lovely and they sounded nice. There were some problems and issues that they may have had technically, and you could tell, you know, from playing music, you could tell. But they did fantastic. They did fine. They didn't feel low. They didn't feel they did, but they did fine. So as I go outside and I'm going to wait for Kristen, I'm like, I don't want to sit out here. I don't stand out here, wait for them to come out like I'm looking for them with everybody else. And they weren't even famous. So I'm waiting for Kristen, and she was in the bathroom. She comes out and she said she already saw and met, you know, who she knows, which is the singer, and she already spoke to her in the bathroom. I'm like, fantastic. So then we get into Kristen's car, and she's driving, mind you. I'm in the passenger seat, and we're driving, and it's a clear night. You could see the stars in the farmland. When we got out of that little city, the little neck of the woods, and we started going down to where the cornfields were on the passenger side. And as we're there, she's not speaking in the car to me, and yet she's driving. And suddenly, God spoke. As far as I could stretch my hand, my wingspan, he was just beyond that in the car. And he said, they do not know me, but you know me. I don't know how to feel or react by that, but just to rejoice in my heart that God would even speak to me. And I remember he giving me direction without words to look over there. And as my head turned to go and look, it was like an eternity. I wasn't anxious. I was just like, what will he show me? And when I saw that the moon was big and round, and I saw one little cloud go like past the moon through it, it was as if God has pushed it or blew. But he did it. And I looked back into the direction of where his voice came from, and I said, did you do that for me? And he said, yes. And then as he said yes, I could tell that he was leaving the conversation. And I just rejoiced the rest of the evening. And again, I didn't tell Kristen because there was no, I can't, it's just not about her. And as I went, that was it. I went and enjoyed the rest of the evening, went to sleep, woke up. And as I woke up, as I went to sleep, he was there watching over me. And as I woke up, he was still there. Who does that? And not only that, then I went outside, and everywhere that I went, on the outside in the world, outside, I saw, when I saw the trees and the grass, which are automatically there, it was like, wow! Like for the very first time, I was wowing everything. I'm like, look at that squirrel, look at that tree, look at that grass. And I just felt so like he was sharing all of his creation. And he shared it. So he shared it with me. The rising sun to the rising moon. It's like his arm was around my shoulder and we were enjoying it together. The Lord, our God who is living, He shows us, He shares with us. All you gotta do is keep thinking about Him. Keep living for Him. Live your life for a living God and not a dying world. It may be wise or not wise to say, we don't want the world to die. We don't want people to die. Brothers and sisters, I know this is that when somebody comes at you and somebody's against you and they don't like you, love them anyway. Love them anyway.